Army troops? No, these are Defence Force Medics. Defence Force Medics that train just as hard as the rest of the military. In fact, some would even argue they train harder.
You look upon them as guardian angels, they're always there, but you only call upon them when you really need them.
The New Zealand Defence Force has a rich history with medics across land, air and sea, a relationship that has flourished since the early 1900s. Burnham, home to the only Defence Health School in New Zealand.
Defence Health School is a tri-service school, so we train Army, Navy and Air Force medics based at Bowden, and we are part of the New Zealand Defence College, and we are charged with preparing tri-service medics for operational service.
Major Brendan Wood has been associated with training medics for the New Zealand Defence Force since 2007. During this time there has been massive changes to a trade which has been running within the Defence Force for over a century. While the role of the medic ensuring the health and well-being of troops remains the same, since 2010 the Defence Health School now offers training for a bachelor's degree in health science and paramedicine, a real draw card for many of the students.
Oh, the degree really. I wanted something if I left the Defence Force that I could take with me.
The students are at the school for 2.5 years, doing full Level 5 to Level 7 university papers, alongside meeting fitness requirements of the highest level. While this challenge is realised by the school, Staff Sergeant Paul Kelly believes this fitness level is imperative for the medics to be effective.
They're the go-to person if anything happens. So our view is if they're the fittest, if they're in a situation and something happens, they need to be able to get to the situation but also think clearly. So if they've got a higher level of fitness than everybody else, they can get to the situation, assess it in a controlled sense because their headspace is clear, and they can deliver the first aid which they're trained to do effectively.
The degree run through Auckland University of Technology is a mixture of academic and practical learning. Realistic scenarios are littered throughout the papers to expose students to every situation they may face in the field. These simulations are a valuable tool for students who are learning that death is a reality in the job they have to do, and they won't always get it right.
You've got to think and act really, really quickly. Depending on what you do, you could make the patient worse, even worse, kill them, or hopefully make them better. We learn all the theory stuff behind it, and then we go out and practice it. And you've got to keep up your skills, otherwise you'll just, you'll have skill fade.
So that crew should be here in 4 minutes.
So I think they're really realistic as they can be.
The classes run within the school, and throughout the year Auckland University of Technology lecturers regularly travel down to Burnham to run block courses. These ensure the students are learning the correct skills and meeting the academic requirements of the degree.
So the calibre of students is no different in Auckland with our full-time students at the university than it is with the full-time paramedics that are also on course here, plying their trade. And the military students, I expect the same very high quality of student to be coming through our facility.
While the military students undertake the same health science and paramedicine degree as others around the country, they then apply these skills to a battlefield context. Gaining this recognised qualification means there are more options for medics in the civilian world when they leave the Defence Force. Options Brendan Wood says were never available before.
It means not only can we employ Defence Force medics in New Zealand more effectively, it means that we will be able to explore opportunities overseas as well in various health institutions and operations for our New Zealand Defence Force medics. We've never been able to do that until this time, so we're very excited about the new program.
The Defence Force is not only moving forward with its health professionals either. Over the last 12 months, a new vision for the whole Defence Force has all three forces coming together to work as one.
Medics lead that by the fact that medics have always supported operations, and regardless of whether you're Army, Navy or Air Force.
His blood pressure is 70 on 50.
70 on 50. So that crew should be here.
For the medics, their role in training won't change. They'll still have specialist training with deployment overseas and throughout New Zealand. There are a few misconceptions about joining the Defence Force, and in the past medics were not very well recognised. However, with the upskilling of the trade, Richard Jones believes that attitude's changing.
like you say you're a medic and a lot of people think that you're sort of lazy and you don't really do much, but I think with the new attitude that's coming around as medics, we're fit, we're strong, we're a lot more academic, we've got a lot more knowledge. So I think it'll be like a stronger force in the future.
In the eyes of the tutors, however, the medic's dedication and purpose in the force is second to none.
3 years return of service and 2.5 years training, so 5.5 years, many young people have changed their occupation a number of times during that period. So you have to be really focused and committed to join the Defence Force.
It's a big decision for a young person to join the Defence Force, a decision not made lightly. When they enlist, they give up some civilian rights and employment law and are required to serve for 3 years after the completion of their degree. Medics can work all over the world, most often throughout the Pacific, but also to war-torn countries such as Afghanistan. And while the students look forward to overseas deployment, the strong sense of comradeship they gain at Burnham is a standout feature of their time at the school.
The best part, there's lots actually. Comradeship, I've met so many good people here, and from the Navy and the Army, which you normally don't really interact with them as much. It's good to have people all over New Zealand as friends.
I made some real good mates here. It's going to be a bit of a bummer actually leaving. Might have to go 6 months, a year or whatever without seeing each other, and especially living in this community you get quite close, you know everyone pretty well. It's probably the best thing I can take from the school.
Brendan Woods sees the students grow and develop over their 2.5 years at Burnham. He believes the ethos of the Army: courage, commitment, comradeship and integrity is part of the reason the Defence Force Medics stand strong today.
One of the things I ask the students when they join is to write down why they joined the Defence Force. And I know that after 2.5 years when they are about to leave, that reason why they joined the Defence Force is irrelevant. What I do know is they know why they want to remain in the Defence Force, and that's those issues around professionalism and comradeship and the bond they develop as a peer group, and know that the work they're going to do is going to be exciting and diverse.